video is about Contropedia, a tool we are developing in collaboration with Media Lab Sciences Po, Barcelona Media and Density Design. The tool is an alpha version, which means some features are not implemented yet, such as integrated discussion threads, templates and references. We have used the tool for a number of case studies with promising results, and we welcome more case studies. The tool can be used to gain more informed understanding of what is or was controversial about an article. What are current and past hot topics of dispute? Has dispute about parts of the content, for instance, focused around specific sub-issues? And if consensus is reached, how is this achieved? Through the use of our software, we seek to boil down the edit activity and explore how Contropedia can showcase the evolution of a controversy on Wikipedia. The tool works best on subject matter which has different points of view or is perceived differently in different cultures. For example, controversies, conflicts, cultural differences, or events. In the following, I take you through some of the core analytical features of the tool, demonstrated with examples from a case study we did on global warming, which can be found in the reader. The tool opens in the browser. Make sure that the layout fits in your window by hitting plus or by using Apple minus to make it fit well. So the first feature I want to show you is the timeline. The timeline can be used to get a sense of when the edit activity in the article spiked, to see if the article was controversial at specific moments in time. In the example of global warming, you can see clear spikes of edit activity in 2005 till 2008, and that it has resolved or cooled down in the recent years. Based on this initial analysis of the timeline, you may want to zoom in to a particular time slice, and you can use the date range function here. For this example, we will keep the full edit history. The second feature I want to show you is the layer view, one of the main views of the tool. The layer view can be used to get a sense of the core concerns within a page by focusing on which terms are the most read and perhaps which are not controversial at all. It is good here to look at clusters, intensity and location, and relate this to what you know about the issue. What is the most controversial, interesting or surprising, and draws your attention. The reddest and thus the most controversial issues in the lead of this article are Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, greenhouse gases, human activity and carbon dioxide. The minified view on the right-hand side provides a quick overview on the article and shows you which sections may have a number of controversial elements in them. In addition to the layer view of an article, we also have the dashboard view. The difference between the layer view and the dashboard view is that the layer view shows the controversialness of wiki links in the context of the latest version of a Wikipedia article, whereas the dashboard view shows a ranked list with the most controversial wiki links on top. The layer view shows anchor text of the wiki link. The dashboard view lists the target article titles. Also, the layer view shows the controversialness of all wiki links in the latest version of the article, whereas the dashboard view also shows deleted links, which are strike through. The dashboard view has additional analytics, such as the level of controversialness indicated by redness, a timeline of the edit activity and controversiality, read here at the bottom of the timeline, the type of object and the number of users involved in editing that particular wiki link. Analytically, the dashboard view can be used to gain a first sense of what links are the most controversial, interesting or surprising and draw your attention. After this initial analysis using both the layer view and the dashboard view, subsequently the tool assists in the in-depth analysis of one or more wiki links. In other words, Contropedia is a tool to assist qualitative analysis of dispute in the edit history of an article. We will now focus on the edit history per wiki link. If you click on the timeline, the edit history of sentences containing that wiki link are shown. You can alternatively also click the wiki link in the layer view for the same display. There are a number of features. At the top you can see some stats. So how many times it has been edited, by how many users, and in how many revisions, for instance. Additionally, there is a link to the specific revert, the edit itself, and you can see that there is a color coding going on here. Red means that it's deleted, green means new content, so inserts, and gray is remained the same. The user or the editor of that particular edit, the comment, the section, and so whether it appears in the abstract or in one of the subsections, the type of edit, like delete or an insert, and the timestamp. I will now take you through some of the features in more detail. First of all, the edit. The units shown are sentences the wiki links appear in. This means that the edit does not necessarily have to involve the wiki link itself, but it can also be words in the same sentence as the link. The wiki link focuses the analysis, and the different edits can be seen as further specifying the controversy around that wiki link. When you read the edits, you can characterize what the edits are generally about. Is the same type of edit recurring over and over again, or does this change over time? In the list of scientists example here, you can see that it starts with a number of reverts, and then a bit further down you can see indeed kind of the main controversy around this particular element, and that is basically about the size of the opposition against the mainstream scientific opinion on climate change. Is it small, growing, sizable, few, a small number of, some, etc. Note that especially with articles with a substantial edit history, analyzing, clustering and qualifying the types of edits around a wiki link is time consuming. The second feature in this view is the comment, which I want to discuss a bit further. As you can see, some comments are auto-generated, in this case, for instance, a revert, and others are typed by the editor. Interesting things to look out for in the comments are references to policy and references to external references, for instance. References are currently not yet displayed in the tool, but news sources are often the cause for edits. If you suspect this is the case, you can use the revision link, for instance with this comment here, to go to the revision by Wikipedia. In this example, we see that the editor points out the sentence currently is not in line with policy no original research and needs a reliable source. These types of acronyms are used quite often, and you can use Wikipedia's search engine or alternatively just Google the acronym to find out what it means. The revision looks like this. So here you can see indeed it's made by this user with this comment, and this is the difference basically between the old revision and the new one, and the editor has removed small. If you want to locate the sentence of the edits in the full text, which is listed below, you can take a section of the text and just search it. So you see this is the location of that particular edit in the article view, and indeed, as you can see, there are no references attached to this sentence. Another thing to look out for is references to talk pages, and when important, continue the analysis by including the discussion from the talk pages in the analysis. For instance, here you see revert see talk. Searching the talk pages is, however, not very straightforward, and in the next version of the tool we hope to integrate relevant discussion threads in the edit history. But now we will do this manually. Generally, using the editor name and here as a query in the archive will lead you to the related discussion page. In this case, Ross Nixon and 2009. Let's go to the talk page. So this is the global warming article. The talk page is located here. And here we can query the archive for username Ross Nixon 2009. And then by kind of reading the snippets here, you can see that this one might be relevant because indeed it's about sun. And if we go there, we can see that indeed this thread is about the small number and that it's unsubstantiated. These discussion pages can give you much more insight into the controversy. Going back to the dashboard, there is one more feature I'd like to show you, and that is User View. This view shows a network of relations between the editors involved in editing the specific wiki link. The principle of this network is my enemy's enemy is my friend, which means that friend connections are made when editors make changes to edits of the same editor. This view can be used to get a sense of how many perspectives are involved and to identify clusters of editors. Is it, for instance, a bipolar or a multipolar debate? These are the core features of the Contropedia tool. Contropedia highlights unstable knowledge as opposed to stable facts. Contropedia is therefore useful to analyze what are the central concerns, perspectives, disputes within a controversial article. The tool can also be used to create a historical description of the development of an issue over time.